Yo, Banter fam, as we can see, are we going to get a short-term relief rally? Now, basically, we've been through war, right? It's been crazy. Those last few weeks have been crazy. And as we can see, we did have Bitcoin bottom out at 25K, and then it started to go a little bit sideways. Now, I think too much damage was done at that point. I feel that we finally lost that 30K was not a great thing, and we can't be promised that we're not going to have a 20K Bitcoin again at any single point. But what we can do is once we've hit, critical levels, Bitcoin went to 25K. And then what we started to do is we started to go sideways. Now, we always want to see sideways happen after a big move. And now we know we got two major levels. We got the previous supports, which we dropped, which is region of 37,000, 38,000, which we haven't tested yet to the upward side. And then we still have the 20K or even the $17,000 Bitcoin, which was the previous 2017 all-time high. So we're sort of sitting in the middle. Now, can we get a relief rally that can take us from here to the region of 36? It makes sense. And then still a possible leg down to the 20K zone. We got some big decisions to make. And if we do get to 38,000, are we getting out? Are we taking a big portion of out because, we've lost structure? Right now, Bitcoin, and that is in a massive downtrend. And there is still worse to come if Bitcoin doesn't hold specific levels, especially when it comes to the actual altcoins. So we're going to strategize that. And then we're also going to get to the big and bad live trading show, which is coming. I got exciting news coming up today. I'm going to be giving you guys a full overview of when we're starting, what I need you guys to be doing to get ready for it. And then it's time. So we have Bitcoin now starting to break trend, short time frame, because what do I love about trading is right now it's showing there is gains to be made on the short time frame sort of view. High time frame, we could be in trouble. So remember, we've got two different portfolios that we're going to be looking at. You've got your long-term, you've got your spot, you then got your margin, then you got your leverage. I'm going to be teaching you guys all of these different portfolios and showing you which one should be in action right now and which one should be waiting, and teach you the basic view of it. So I think the live training is going to be massive, big news to come. What do you think, Carl? Sniper's back, baby. Let's get into it.
Click. Have you heard the news? What? With his finger on the pulse, it's like Sheldon knew. Click. When the sniper shoots, we got Sheldon on the charts, so we never lose. Enter the sniper, sharpshooter advisor. Enter the sniper, he marks the charts right. Enter the sniper, he's calling the cycles. So enter the sniper, click. Time to be dedicated, sniper mode is activated. Explosions in the market are in target, and Sheldon demonstrates. Mirror on the wall, Master Sheldon tell us all. We got Sheldon on the chart, so we never lose. Enter the sniper, sharpshooter advisor. Enter the sniper, he marks the charts right. Enter the sniper, he's calling the cycles. Enter the sniper, click. Enter the sniper.
Yo, Banter fam. I hope you're having a great day so far. I hope you had a good weekend. We were in hospital this weekend. The little one was a little bit dehydrated, so I had quite a long weekend, which slowed down a little bit of progress that I wanted to, but she's good. She's at home. We're all good. Nothing better than at least having a healthy family. It's what we do this stuff for. So I hope you guys all have a fantastic day. If there's anyone that's new, smash the like button, smash the subscribe button. Make sure we are following all of our social medias. Make sure you follow me on Twitter, guys. Sheldon_Sniper. As I'm bringing you all the updates this week. I'm bringing you the live trading show. Remember now with the live trading show, I sort of got annoyed within the last year of doing these set shows every single day at a specific time. Sometimes the market's not moving. I sort of rather want to go live when the market's actually moving, when it's actually doing something, when I'm actually taking a live trade or when I'm selling or when something like that. But by having a flexible show like that makes a lot more sense to me, because then I can access you guys. It sort of sucks for me to give my overviews in the morning and then something goes different to what I said. I should be going live. I should be jumping on at the time something is happening, because then it's a nice way to see how I navigated, how a bunch of guys navigated. To see how I navigated, how my trading crew navigated. And I think together, that's where we're going to kick ass and we're going to form a nice, strong crew together. I think we're going to have a 10, 20, 30, 40, 50,000 group live trading with us. I think it's going to be absolutely amazing. So guys, make sure you are on everything. Now let's jump in, let's have a look and let's see what's happening in the market. What can we be expecting? So right now, our sort of long-term views, our long-term sort of portfolios are on hold at the point because we know we didn't get the correct sell-offs at the zone. And, we thought we were going to hold 30K sort of levels and that was dropped. So it means that you don't panic sell in these sort of levels, but, it means now we got to make some serious decisions. So on the larger scale sort of view, we sort of want to go back and say, okay, what happened? You know what I mean? Well, what happened in that zone? We did lose the major support, which is around 36K. And then we had a big one at 34 and we had a big one around 33,000. We've dropped that. We then came down to the 25K zone. And now you can see we're basically starting to go sideways. So as you can see, all the previous moves that have happened, you basically start off this little sideward movement. If it's up or to the downward side, you can see here, slow little growth sideways, and then we get a reaction, then sideways, then a reaction, then sideways, then a reaction, sideways, reaction, and same here even, sideways, reaction. So we are getting to a point now where we are starting to go sideways. Now, are we getting crazy buying volume? Not just yet. So that for me, in the shorter time sort of views, this may not be over. We can be looking at more downward side. But for now, if we look at the normal indicators and the shorter term sort of views, we have the two major zones. We still have the big zone, which we dropped, which was previous support. But we haven't tested it resistance yet. We haven't come up and have a sort of test up here. And then another little possible death wick to the downward side, get a real consolidation candle there, get a massive buying up sort of volume. You want to see that strong wick. What we did get last week was this candle, which I am pretty happy with, which gives me a sort of temporary short-term sort of reversal for now. But what I'm looking at from here is we sort of have the two options. Now, we're basically forming this sort of, I would say a flag or, sort of a short-term accumulation. And from here, we are getting the signs of having the short-term break of trend. Now, if we do break that, we can be looking at going back to the regions of 34 to 35,000. And the next zone I'd like us to go is the 37 to 38. Now, reason why I'm saying those sort of areas is where I'm looking at as the next sort of possibility to the upward side, as that's where our main daily trend is. It makes sense, breaking support, coming and testing it again. So that's the first option, right? Now, when we get to that option, I'm getting to a point where I think I'm getting quite heavily out of the markets when we get to these zones. And this is my longer term sort of view, especially my larger portfolio. I think I'm going to be being rather a bit more safe when we get to these sort of levels. And if we do break it at point to test, I'll get back in and I'll start to load up again. But right now, we do know if we look at the weekly and we look at the stochastic, it has bottomed out. And we have had the longest streak down in Bitcoin's history of having 8 consecutive red candles on the weekly. So we know a green one's coming at some point. And the green one can take us to the next strong sort of levels. But what I'm basically focusing on is, remember what I did a few weeks ago, where I explained to you guys where I'm focusing on this weekly stochastic. When it gets to these levels, I get out of these coins and out of these coins. And now we're at build the portfolio level again. It's something that we're going to repeat many, many times, because you basically would have built your previous portfolio here. You would have started getting out of medium risk, low risk, medium risk, and then you would have basically been in Bitcoin and that sort of thing if you followed it. And it's okay if you didn't. We've got many times this year to now repeat it again, but it just shows you how the consistency is always going to work a lot with that. And remember, with the altcoins, you basically want to use the total 2 in that sort of region as your sort of indicator for that as well. But when the total 2 starts breaking the 60, start getting out of your high risk tokens. When it starts breaking the 70, that's start getting out of your medium. So you wouldn't have gotten fully out of your medium here. At least you would have got out of the low risk, the very high risk tokens when it did that. And, if we keep following this consistent level of doing this, you'll just see over time how naturally it just works well. The market does repeat at times. We're not always going to get the strong legs that we want, but if you keep repeating the same things, of building a portfolio in these levels over here, starting to offload as we get up to the top levels here, you can see it doesn't matter how many legs. We can't control if Bitcoin does go and break all-time high again, or the market doesn't. But at least you are starting to understand when to risk and when to de-risk, and when to risk and when to de-risk. So we had another leg down, and that's fine. But we've had a reset in the whole system again. And same thing here. It's telling you to build your portfolio again. And as the stochastic starts to make its way up to these levels again, you then start de-risking at the sort of levels. Now, a lot of us are still in the market, and that's fine. But now we have the chance again. We have the chance again of our RSI being reset, a chance again of this moving up. And if we get to 60% here and we get to 70 and 80, we better damn de-risk. How many times are we going to do this? You know what I mean? And this is me talking to myself as well. And this is why I'm doing the live trading thing as well, because I need to start getting back to my portfolio and getting back to doing my stuff again. And if I'm doing it live with you guys, then you guys will naturally be learning with me and doing it with me, right? But that's what we should be doing. So we're not promised for Bitcoin now to go and break 50K again. But we do know when the RSIs get you again, it's time to be consistent. It's time to get, when we get to these levels, let's de-risk, let's de-risk, let's de-risk. When it starts to make its way down and we get the reset, let's start building the risk again, start splitting the portfolios again, and we keep doing the same thing. And if we keep doing the same thing over the next 5 years, always do yourself, the reason why I fell in love with TA, because it was, I just wanted to see what happened in the past, and I want to see what some similarities happen. Doesn't matter the price. The price is very different over the years, but the same things have happened, the same sort of thing. And I just want to find something that's a little bit more consistent, something that just works. I don't want to catch the exact tops, exact bottoms, but something to tell me exactly what to do when. And this is beautiful with it. You put your alarms in when it gets to those zones. So we're at that level again. Doesn't mean Bitcoin can't go to 20K now first. It can. Of course it can. But what we're focusing on is if you didn't get the sale or didn't get any stop losses out at 36 or 37 or any of those sort of levels, you basically got to wait for the cycle to restart again. Now, Bitcoin can go down now to 20K. And if it goes to 20K, and then basically what happens is, let's go back to Bitcoin chart here. And we lose this now, we go to 20K. This RSI will still stay flat at the bottom. Means we've missed it for now. And then what happens is the RSI will start to make its way up. And when that RSI makes its way up, we will start to move up in trend, right? Now, if we only get to 30K as the top again, and this is here, we got to de-risk. Because it's going to then tell us that, because if Bitcoin firstly doesn't break 30K, on the next push up, if we go to 21st, there's a big possibility we're going back down. We're going back down to 15K, to 10K. So let's just follow the same strategy. One thing that's so important, guys, before I even carry on with my short-term analysis on Bitcoin and dominance and stuff, is you have to restart. Now, listen to me. Ignore what has happened. I don't care if you're 90% down. I had to do it myself, guys. I lost a lot, like a lot. Rand lost a lot. Like, we lost a lot together as a team. And that's why me personally, like, I wasn't getting out of the market when I was telling you guys, these buys look good and these sort of things. I was in it through all of it with you guys. Like, I got smashed with you. And just because, some guys are playing with bigger money, some are saying the hurts, like a loss is a loss. Imagine building an account to $10 million and then losing like $7 million of it. It sucks. So it doesn't matter if you're a whale or like you're a bigger guy, you're a small guy. Like, if you make the mistake, you just get hit harder and you get smashed really hard. And it sucks because, we gave away some of the profits we made over the last 2 years. 2 years working our asses off, and we gave a lot of it back. So we're starting again. Now, I need you to start again. I need you to screw what happened, screw everything. I don't care if you're 95% down or 10% down or whatever it is. Whatever your account is worth right now is how it's going to work from now on, okay? Then what I want you to do is, before I even jump into the analysis here, 90%, guess what? So did I. Luna smashed me. The ecosystem smashed me. You know what I mean? But I'm still a lot higher than my previous low, where I was in 2017. Like, I'm way higher than that. So I've lost what I made in gains, but I'm still ahead. Like, you're not in that sort of zone. But this is perfect for you now, because that's the same way with the May crash last year. And like, I literally lost 80% of the money I just joined the market in. I'm like, let me buy Bitcoin, let me do these things. And I got smashed. But that's the restart button. It's the restart button. Now, you can't go, and you have to do me the biggest favor right now. Ignore what happened. Drop it now. I only have $100 left. Okay, cool. You got $100 left. Now, when it comes to the live trading show, I want you to do this now with me. Now, I'm going to start trading leverage with you guys. I'm going to start trading margin with you guys. I'm going to start trading spot wallet with you guys. And I'm going to be trading long-term wallet with you guys. And I'm going to be teaching you guys how to make wallets for specific expenses, for specific things you need in your life. If you want to make salary off of crypto, I'm going to teach you how to make a wallet and how to trade that wallet to only focus on your expenses. That's all that it's meant for. Maybe you have a wallet you want for clothes. We'll teach you how to make a wallet that is only for clothes and only for this, and like Christmas presents. You want to buy Christmas presents end of the year? I'll teach you how to make a wallet and what that wallet needs to do. Now, what's beautiful about these wallets is they have exit points. What was our biggest mistake in the last year, guys? Is we had no exit points. I've made money. Maybe I'm going to make more. And then what happens? We lose it all. Like there was no exit points previously. So what's beautiful about these wallets is they already know what they need to do. And the purpose of that wallet is when it gets to that, like the hardest part, that's what's beautiful about it. You're actually what is the hardest part? The hardest part is the lotto feeling, right? You know, the feeling that every human being is born with. What happens if this thing goes more? What happens if this thing makes me a millionaire? Okay, fine. So let's have one wallet that does that for you. So you can get rid of that. We all have it in us, guys. We have that like inner gambling in us. Fine. We'll have one wallet that will go through all of that craziness. Okay? Because then it ticks it off there. Maybe. You know, maybe this thing makes me a billionaire. Maybe this thing makes me, okay, cool. But then we're going to have other wallets which are serious now. Other wallets that put food on the table. Other wallets that pay school fees. Other wallets that buy you clothes. Those ones you don't mess with. They got a simple job. They're soldiers. You know, the best way to put it, and I'm going to be doing a beautiful intro show for you guys, is I have a damn, you know, think of an army. You got commanders, you got the lower guys, you got the lower guys, and then you got the crazy guys, right? And the problem is with these crazy guys is they can blow up your army as well. Now, what I mean by that is your commanders, your most important guys, they're the leaders, okay? So for me, my commander is my long-term portfolio, okay? Then I got my generals, or excuse me, guys, I have no idea how it works, but I'm just giving you a little base. I used to play a lot of games. Then I got my generals. Now, what's my generals? My generals, my spot wallet. They go out to war, but they're still very important to me. So they go out, they do a specific job, they come home, right? Then I have my graduates or my new guys that are coming in. They're my margin wallet. The problem is with graduates is they don't have a lot of experience yet. So they can go out there and they can actually blow up and they can destroy my my warriors, or like, you know, they can destroy the higher ranked people in my thing. So for me, for them, it's like, I only put them on for small jobs. You know, go in there, go get that quick and get out. And then I got my kamikaze guys, my crazy guys that go in there, which are very high risk. They will blow up my whole army and ruin my whole army if I don't do them properly. So that's my 10x leverage. And I send those in for little jobs. You get in there, you get back out. If I leave it out there too long, they blow up, they destroy my commander, they destroy my thing, they destroy that. So you see what I do? I form a damn army. And then what I do is with that, I understand which soldier does exactly what damn job. I know how long one must be out. I know how long, and you can see how we basically start to form this beautiful structure. So I'm going to be helping you guys with that. The main thing is shut off. I don't care what you've lost. I don't care if you've made. I don't care if you this. You start off brand new on your account now, and we restructure it and we bang it. Now, let me finish up here another wife wallet. So let me finish up analysis, and I'm going to give you guys the full view on what's happening with the trading show and when we're starting and how it's all going to happen. Let me just get this off. There we go. So if we have a look here now on the weekly, you can see 8 consecutive candles, weekly stuck at the bottom. This was the big sort of support we wanted to hold. Now, there is one scenario here where we wick down. We still closed above it. So, you know, it just confirms again possible upward side to the upward region first, and we'll see when we get from that, then we can make the next decision. And as I was saying, you know, we got the weekly 200 MA, which is sitting at 20K. We then have the previous all-time high. Let's see if I can actually get it up here. You know, we have a lot of indices. So we're in the middle right now, and right now it's not buying time, in my opinion. I won't be buying more right now, unless it's short-term trading, which we'll get to when we're ready. I'll be going live with you guys. But for now, I won't be buying. I won't be selling. If it gets to 38, I'm offloading. If it gets to 20K, I'm buying. Like it's that simple in that region at the moment. Now, if we look at, it's not very tough for me to go through all the altcoin charts for you guys now. There's no point. Why? Because dominance is still going up. As we can see, though, as soon as the market starts to get a little bit bullish, it does want to come down. So alts got destroyed. Same thing. Alts now will be the rallying ones if Bitcoin starts to go up. So right now, I don't need to focus too much on the alt charts. I'm more focusing on the Bitcoin chart. I'm more focused on my sort of portfolio that when Bitcoin gets to these levels, I know the alts will be a lot higher. You know, we can be looking at a 20% pump from Bitcoin if we go back to 38K. You know, you can be looking at a 50% pump within alts. You know, and when we get there, it doesn't matter. That's where I'm going to basically be reshifting and focusing. So even the dominance, it did shoot up quite a bit. It just reminds us again why you have to have Bitcoin in your portfolio, why you should be taking profits in USDT or in Bitcoin, because it just holds so much better in bear cycles. It just holds so much in those levels. So whenever you're at that stage, should I take profits or you've made a lot of money, you know, worst scenario, don't get out of the market, get into Bitcoin. You know, I think it's another lesson, play it again, because we stay in too long. We still want to stay in the market for what if, you know, that's fine, but then get into Bitcoin. Because we can see very clearly, as soon as things get really ugly, Bitcoin's the savior. It holds the best. It does the best. So I think we should really remind ourselves again of taking more on Bitcoin. So that's looking good. And just to remind you guys here, if we look at the total market cap, that if you look at Bitcoin, right, and we look at, let's just go there quick. We look at Bitcoin. Now, if Bitcoin makes a recovery and it does rise to the regions of 37K, we're looking at 27 to 30%, right? Now, if we go jump into things like the altcoins, and you can look at, okay, there's the altcoin lines there. You can sort of look at the different percentages. You're looking at nearly 40% on ETH. You look at ones like Theta. If Theta goes back to the regions of testing, even to these over here, you can be looking at 120%. So we can be looking that the alts did get destroyed, but if the market turns green, we are going to have a little bit of a catch up from the alts. But then, then I'm at that point where I'd rather restart on the next push, especially with my long term. We'll restart again, and then we'll start to move. But for now, I think short-term trading is going to be fantastic. I think it's, what's nice about short-term trading? I'm going to be teaching you guys how to short the market. None of this, I've sort of had to in the last year, I've had to sort of like be what I suppose need to be, if I can call it. We're like, we are bullish, we are bullish, we are bullish. The difference with short-term trading is it's the soldiers. They can self-destruct. They can destroy they can ruin my whole life. So that's very seriously. If the market's bearish, it's bearish, and we're shorting the fucking market. Like, that's the simplicity of it. And if it's doing the next sort of, and if it's obviously it's breaking up, we are then going to move up. So I'm seeing a good percentage move in Bitcoin. So I'm going to be looking at the next few days. Let me just see here quickly on the daily. Just get in on the daily. So as you can see here, so we are getting the stocks a little bit high. So I'm sort of looking at something like this. I'm looking at Bitcoin from here, possibly move to around 31, 32, come back down to the 29, 30K zone, and then start a little gradual move. And this is what I'm waiting for. We are not starting the day trading on this break right now. We are going to be doing it on the next retest and the next flow, and that's when we're going to be started. So it gives me another few days to get the intro course out for you guys, to get everything going, and then we start to move again. So what do I need from you? I need you to, this is what you actually need to do for me. Especially the guys that are in the market, right? And you've gone through all of this stuff. Remember, start brand new. Some have $10,000 accounts, some have $100,000 accounts, some have $1,000 accounts. Okay. So what I do need from you is we need to start brand new. Okay. Now, secondly, I need you now. We are going to start with margin, start with leverage, start with these accounts. I'm personally starting a $400 account with you guys. Okay. I've done it before. I want to test myself. Can I do it again? And I want to run it with you guys in front of you, and you will see later on what I actually use the money for. I think it's going to be incredible. I want to try to change as many lives as possible, but I'm doing it more on the sake of view of like, I want to get back to what I could do, right? So personally, if you got $400 and you want to start this account with me, remember to use the Bybit link below, open an account. That's the platform I'm going to be trading on. That's the platform that I'm going to be giving you guys all of your intros on. I'm going to teach you how the platform works. I'm going to be teaching you guys, when I say long, you do this. When I do short, when I tell you to put a stop loss, you do this. When I tell you to TPs, you do this. I don't want you to be confused. So I'm going to be trading, guys. I'm going to have time to sit there and explain stuff. So I'm going to give you what's needed in that so you can understand everything and you can have everything set up. Now, if you don't have $400 or you want to load up, it's slightly a little bit more, do me a favor now. Take your spot account right now. Now, don't take $400 out of your account right now. You know what you wait for? The market's looking like we're going to have a little bit of a nice little green rally, right? When your account, I don't care what happened in the past, I don't care what you've done, when your account goes $400 in profit now, you take that $400 out and you put it. So remember what your price of your wallet is right now. When it gets to $400, you take it out and you go put it in that account for me, and you wait until we start the live trading. You see what that mentally already did? It told me not to take money out of your account. It told me to take profits from your spot and then open another soldier. And then once you make more profits on that account, we're going to open another soldier and another soldier. I'm going to teach you how to build a damn army. So do that. If you only want to do $100, you only do $100. You want to do $1,000, do that. No more than $1,000, guys. I don't care how much money you have in your accounts. I don't want more than $1,000. We want to learn the true skill, right? So learn the true skill with lower money. Then we can do it together. So make sure, guys, if you don't have, use the link below with the Bybit. That's what funds us. I'm going to be spending hours and hours and hours of live trading. So it costs you nothing. It makes us something. It helps me to pay for everything that I need to pay. And it gets us moving. So open those accounts. Remember that account, I don't really want it to be a part of your account right now. Now, I don't want that because I don't want the temptation. I know humans now. I know they have gamblers' mentalities. So the problem is if you have your money in spot and you do like a mistake or you do something, you're going to go and take money out of your spot and you're going to load your account again. I don't want that. I'm going to teach you how you have to earn to have a margin or leverage account. You can't just have a leverage account. You have to earn it, meaning that it has to be made of spot, then created, and then start. And if it bombs out, and let's say we get smashed on the one trade, we start again. We go back to spot, we make it again, and we could do it again. I'm going to teach you guys because why? Because leverage trading comes with so much damn emotions. Now, are you emotion if it's for free? I want to say for free, but is it emotions if it didn't cost you anything? It's only emotionless. Well, it's only a lot of emotions because you put the money on the line every day. But if I teach you, no, like, let's go make the $400 nothing. Now we use that. Then you're not scared. Then you're going to listen to your rules. You're going to listen to your stuff. Then you're going to sleep at night. You guys need to sleep. I don't want you staring at screens the whole day. So guys, as I said before, open your accounts, get them ready. On your spot account right now, when it makes profit, take what you want, $100, $200, $300, and go send it to that account and wait for the trading. We're starting fresh on that account. Nice and fresh. Don't take money from your account right now. You got to earn it. The spot has to make profits first. We have a few days until we are going to be getting the next trade entries, and we'll start that together. But that's the whole beautiful part of this as well. And obviously, guys, don't go more than 1,000. No more than 1,000. I want you risking times. We're going to work together and we're going to build it. So guys, I love you lots. Keep those notifications on. Make sure you're following me. The live show is coming, and it's time, right? It's time for us. You know, we put lots of money on the line. I don't want that anymore. I want you guys to learn the skill with me. I want you to drive with me. I want to teach you the army, how to build the army. I've been here before. I've been here a few times, actually. So let's do it together. I appreciate your support. I love you lots, and I'll see you all on the next show. Much love, Banter fam.